Good morning, dear students. Let's continue the class. Uncle Porger leaves for work. I think that whatever we have seen about Uncle Porger is in your mind. His nature or the character trait of Uncle Porger is that he is very superior and he feels that he is superior to all others. He is very perfect and all others are foolish people. Okay, and he will say that if something goes from his hand or something is lost at the moment, he will think that he is surrounded by a lot of fools in the house. He is the only one who is having intelligence. Okay, and we will see the rest of the part. And we were talking about if something is lost, he will say that I had it in my hand here not a minute ago. And after that he will think that he is surrounded by conjurers. Conjurers, I told you, foolish people. And here again we will see, could you have left it in the garden? Page number 59. Could you have left it in the garden? My aunt would suggest. What should I want to leave it in the garden for? I don't want a paper in the garden. I want the paper in the tray with me. Okay. And sometimes if something is, especially newspaper, if it is lost, the aunt will say, could you have left it in the garden? Sometimes you have left it in the garden. And she will ask, and what is the response of Uncle Porger for it? What should I want to leave it in the garden for? Why should I leave the paper in the garden? And I don't want a paper in the garden. I want the paper in the train with me. Okay. And this is his answer. Here somebody would explain, what's this? And hand him a paper from somewhere neatly folded. I do wish people would leave my things alone. He would growl, snatching at it savagely. He would open his bag to put it in, and then glancing at it, he would pause, speechless with a sense of injury. What's the matter? My aunt would ask. The day before yesterday's, he would answer, too hurt even to shout, throwing the paper down upon the table. If only sometimes it had been yesterday's, it would have been a change, but it was always the day before yesterday's. Okay. And when he will be searching for the paper, somebody will be picking up a paper from somewhere and will give it to him. And he will, what is this? He will ask. And hand him a paper from somewhere neatly folded. It must have been folded neatly. I do wish people would leave my things alone. And he will say that all the people in the home are purposely taking his things alone. That's why he will say that, why should these people take my things alone? Why can't they leave my things alone? He would growl. Growl, you know, that is a sound that is produced by the dog actually. He will make that sound, and after that snatching at it savagely. What is the meaning of savagely? Violently. He will violently take that paper. He would open his bag to put it in. After that he wanted to keep it in it, because this is one of the things that must be taken to the train. So he will be taking it and try to keep it in the bag. And then glancing at it, he will look at the paper. He would pause, speechless with a sense of injury. What's the matter? My aunt would ask. The day before yesterday's. Okay, when aunt asks, what's the matter? Why do you pause? Then he will reply that this paper is not today's. This is day before yesterday's. He would answer, too hurt even to shout. Okay, and he is completely dissatisfied. We will feel that dissatisfaction from his face. Throwing the paper down upon the table, and he will throw it to the table. If only sometimes it had been yesterday's. Okay, most often the paper will be day before yesterday's, and in very few occasions only it will be yesterday's. It would have been a change, but it was always the day before yesterday's. You'd find it for him eventually. As often as not, he was sitting on it, and then he would smile, not genially, but with a weariness that comes to a man who feels that fate has cast his lot among a band of hopeless fools. All the time, right in front of your noses. He would not finish the sentence. He prided himself on his self-control. Okay, discuss it. We would find it for him eventually. Means gradually, all of them will try and they will find the newspaper. And so often as no, he was sitting on it. And where will be the newspaper? He must have been sitting on the newspaper. And then he would smile, not genially, but with a weariness that comes to a man who feels that fate has cast his lot among a band of hopeless fools. And after that, it is not like our smile. If we have done some mistakes, sometimes if it is found, we will be smiling, but that is out of our means we will feel that that's a blinking smile, isn't it? Okay, but he will feel he's laughing not because of that, and it is to tease others, but with the weariness that comes to a man who feels that fate has cast his lot. Okay, and this is like the smile of a person who happened to live in the group of fools, and this is his fate. Actually, this is his fate to live there, and such a type of smile will be there. He will say all the time, right in front of your noses. Okay, and he will say that the things that is lost will be there in front of your noses, but you are not able to find it. Okay, now it is found out from the chair, but you couldn't find it. That's your fault. That's what he will say. He would not finish the sentence. He prided himself on his self-control. Finally, he will stop there because he doesn't want to say more because he has self-control. If he doesn't have self-control, he will be continuously telling. In such a way, he will be presenting that. This settled, he would start for the hall where it was the custom of my Aunt Maria to have the children gathered, ready to say goodbye to him. One of them, of course, was sure to be missing. The moment this was noticed, all the other 6, without an instant's hesitation, would scatter with a whoop to find it. Okay. This settled. What is settled? The issue of newspaper. Already is found and that is settled. And after settling this issue of newspaper, he would start for the hall. Means after that he has to go to the railway station and he will start for the hall. He will be going to the hall where it was the custom of my Aunt Maria to have the children gathered. So my aunt, that is Aunt Maria, she used to make the children gather in the hall before Uncle Podger goes to work because he wants to see everyone before leaving. And she will ask everyone to gather there in the hall, ready to say goodbye to him. Okay, she will make them to say goodbye to Uncle Podger. One of them, of course, was sure to be missing. And there also will be confusion. What is the problem? One of the children will be found missing. The moment this was noticed, all the other 6, without an instant's hesitation, would scatter with a whoop to find it. Okay, what is the meaning of whoop? A loud cry of joy or excitement. Okay, and this was the usual custom. Every day, one of the children will be found missing, and all the other 6 will be running after in order to find out who is missing. Okay, this was the custom. Every day, this followed. That means actually the 6 children could be there, and one of them can go and find it. But just like him, the children are also in the similar way almost. They also will be running after in order to find out who is missing. Immediately after they were born, it would turn up by itself from somewhere quite near, always with the most reasonable explanation for its absence. Thus 5 minutes at least would pass, and everybody looking for everybody else, which was enough time to allow my uncle to find his umbrella and lose his hat. Okay. Immediately after they were gone, who the children, where did they go? They went to find out the missing child, and it would turn up by itself from somewhere quite near. Means they will find somewhere child from somewhere. Always with the most reasonable explanation for its absence. Okay, the child will tell that why the child was absent, and the reasons will be provided. Thus, 5 minutes at least would pass in everybody looking for everybody else. So that means if one comes, other one will be missing, and after that they will search for the next one. In such a way, the time is passing. Okay, and it's very precious, and it's time to leave to the railway station. He has to be in time, otherwise he cannot catch the train. But while looking for the children or the missing child, the time is moving on. So at least 5 minutes will be going in order to find the missing child, and which was enough time to allow my uncle to find his umbrella and lose his hat. And meanwhile, what is happening with Uncle Poacher? All the children have gone to find out the missing child. What happens to Uncle Poacher? He will be finding his umbrella by that time, and he will lose his hat. Now, what is the job for them? They have to find out the hat. Then, at last, as the group reassembled in the hall, the drawing room clock would commence to strike 9. It possessed a cold, penetrating chime that always had an effect of confusing my uncle. In his excitement, he would kiss some of the children twice over, pass by others, forget whom he had kissed and whom he hadn't, and have to begin all over again. He used to say he believed they mixed themselves up on purpose. Then, at last, as the group reassembled, means everyone gathered in the hall, the drawing room clock would commence to strike 9. So that means it is almost 9. So it is about to commence, meaning is given that we can start to strike 9. It possessed a cold, penetrating meaning is given, clearly heard through or above other sounds. Even if they are not listening to this sound, this is a very cold and it can be heard, it's loudest sound. So everyone will be hearing this sound. And penetrating chime. Chime means melodious ringing sound of the clock. That always had the effect of confusing my uncle. Now uncle is confused. What time is it? Is it 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock? That's why there is a confusion for Uncle Poacher. In his excitement, he would kiss some of the children twice over. Okay, this was the custom for Uncle Poacher to hug or kiss every children before leaving. So he will start kissing the children, and sometimes he will forget whom he had kissed and whom he hadn't. So again he will be starting and twice over pass by others and forget whom he had kissed and whom he hadn't. So what should he do? He has to do it again because he doesn't know whom he had kissed and whom he hadn't, and have to begin all over again. He used to say he believed they mixed themselves up on purpose, and after that, since he was in a confusion as whom he had kissed and whom he hadn't, he will accuse them. The reason is, or the cause for this confusion is for them. Okay, that's why he will say that actually these children had done the mistake, they had mixed themselves. Actually they will be standing in the same place only, but uncle will be accusing them that they have mixed, and once they got kissed, again they came to the first place, and that's why he had the confusion. For everything he will be accusing others. Last paragraph. If things were going too smoothly, the eldest boy would come out with a tale about all the clocks in the house being 5 minutes slow. This would send my uncle rushing impetuously to the gate, where he would recollect that he had with him neither his bag nor his umbrella. All the children would charge after him, two of them struggling for the umbrella, the others surging round the bag. And when they returned, we would discover on the hall table the most important thing that he had forgotten and wondered what he would say when he came home. Okay. And if all these things, means finding newspaper found out, after that the quizzing that's over, and if all these things are over, the eldest boy would come out with a tale about the clocks in the house. The children are already standing there, and the eldest boy in the group, he will be coming forward and he will be saying that all the clocks in the house are 5 minutes slow. So uncle is again tensed. He doesn't know what to do, and this would send my uncle rushing impetuously. Impetuously meaning is acting quickly. He wanted to go very fast because our clock is slow, isn't it? Okay, that's why he will be running, and that means if it is 9 o'clock already, the time is over. Okay, so he will be running to the gate, where he would recollect that he had with him neither his bag nor his umbrella. When he reaches to the gate, then only he will be remembering that he forgot to take his bag and umbrella. Okay, you know what will be happening again. All the children would charge after. Charge means run. Okay, all the children will be running after him to find out what is missing. That is bag and umbrella. Two of them struggling for the umbrella, the others searching around the bag. Okay, so they will be dividing themselves into two groups. One group of two will be searching for the umbrella, the other group will be searching for the bag. And when they returned, we would discover on the hall table the most important thing that he had forgotten, and wondered what we would say when he came home. What is that most important thing? In the beginning we studied, once it is lost and found, what is that? Newspaper. The newspaper will be there on the hall table, and he forgot to take because he has already left to railway station. Now they will think what this uncle is going to say when he returns. Okay, that means now he cannot say anything because he has already left, and they are afraid what will be told by uncle when he comes back. Okay, this is a humorous lesson. Even though it is a little exaggerating, this is happening to most of us, isn't it? Knowingly or unknowingly, we all do it. We will accuse others for our faults. Most often, it will be done by us. And you can evaluate by yourself what are you doing, or you can observe others, what others are doing, and not to accuse them, but just observe them, what others are doing. If something is lost or some mistakes have happened, how others accuse you and others, or how you do to others. Okay, and we cannot say that we are perfect. We need others' help, and this lesson will teach you that means we are not perfect and we are not superior. We have our own mistakes. The thing is that we have to accept. We should not be like Uncle Poja. That's a lesson that we have to take. There we stop, children. I have sent you the question answers, but I think that some of the grammar section we will discuss now. Take page number 62. That's synonyms and antonyms. Already we have studied what are synonyms and what are antonyms. Synonyms are those words which are similar to meaning, and antonyms are those words which are opposite to meaning. Okay, so synonyms are called similar words and antonyms are called opposite words. Since we already have learned, we are not going into detail. We will discuss the exercise which is given here, page number 63. And some of the examples given here are joy, so opposite is sorrow, and joy is synonymous happy, and sorrow opposite is unhappy, that is antonym. And near, antonym is far. Okay, respect, antonym disrespect. Okay, All these are found in a thesaurus. Thesaurus is a book like dictionary that you can find when you come back to school. That is there in the library. It's available. Thesaurus, it is more than like a dictionary. It is not like dictionary, but it presents similar meanings and opposite meanings. That is synonyms and antonyms. It's a very book-like dictionary that you can find in the library. And different thesaurus are there, different publications are there. Okay, so we'll discuss the exercise given here. First one, give the synonym and antonym for each of the following words from the text. You may use a thesaurus. Allow, its synonym is, can you say any word that is similar to allow? That is grant. You can write down grant, and its opposite is deny, D-E-N-Y. Next one is careless. Synonym is casual. Opposite or antonym is careful. Scatter, distribute. Opposite, gather. Recollect. Synonym, recall. Opposite, forget. Lose, disposes. Opposite, gain. Shout, synonym, scream. Opposite, whimper. W-H-I-M-P-E-R. Previous, earlier. Opposite, present. Important, significant. Opposite, unimportant. Actually, you wanted to find it. Okay, I'll just help. If you can't find, without my help, you can do it in the textbook. Next one is filling the blanks with the most suitable synonym or antonym. The word given in brackets. Okay, it is so dash here that I can hear you breathe. Loud. Loud and opposite you can use there. It is so quiet. I-E-T. Quiet, too quiet are there. Here, opposite of loud, that is calm, meaning is Q-U-I-E-T. Athlete was upset, dismayed, D-I-S-M-A-Y-E-D. Third one, Ananya was dashed that she would pass the exam. Pessimistic means negative. Pessimistic meaning negative. But you know that if she would pass the exam, that is positive attitude. So what is the opposite of pessimistic? That is optimistic. O-P-T-I-M-I-S-T-I-C. Next one, a dash tree cannot make a forest. Lone means single and synonym is single, and lone opposite we do not want because forest, a single tree cannot make forest. That is answer. Next one is dash is hard before it is easy, and we have to take the opposite, that is everything. Next one is subject verb agreement. Already we have studied it in the 6th standard, and also this year we have to study in your grammar book. So that we will only discuss the exercise and move on. And when we study grammar section, we will study in detail. Okay, we'll just revise the rules that is given there. Some nouns have a plural form like news, athletics, politics, economics, etc. Okay, and this will use singular verb. See, athletics. When we see that that word, it appears to be plural because it ends with s, but it is not plural. Such words will be followed by singular verb. Next one is when two subjects joined together express one idea, this verb is singular. Rice and curry is my favorite food. Okay, that means that is single entity. After that, singular will be followed. Cup and saucer, rice and curry, bread and butter. All these will follow singular subject. When two singular subjects joined by and refer to the same person or thing, the verb is singular. My friend and mentor is not present at the conference, means that is single person because there is no other adjective, only my is used there, and in the second place there is no adjective. That's why it refers to a single person. You see another sentence is given there, my friend and my mentor. That refers to different persons, two persons. There we will use are. Each, everyone, either, neither must be followed by a singular verb. Everyone, even though it appears to be a lot of people, it follows singular verb. If a noun is preceded by each and every, the verb is singular. Each and every child is present. When the two subjects are joined by as well as or with, the verb agrees with the first subject in operant person. For example, Feroza as well as others is at fault. You see, first subject is Feroza, second one is others. And if it was opposite, others as well as Feroza, then the verb must be are. You see, but Feroza is used as first because, and that is why the verb follows the first subject. Feroza, he is a singular person. That is why is used. Next one is when two subjects are joined by or, either, or, neither, nor, or the verb agrees with the second subject. Neither he nor his friends were there. You see, two subjects are there, he and his friends. If it was used opposite, for example, his friends, neither his friends nor he, then it must have been was. Okay. So we'll do the exercise. Time and tired, wait. Wait, W-A-I-T. No one dash absent yesterday. No one after that, the verb is singular, was. The bag, with all its contents, dash found. The bag, with is used there. So it must follow the first subject, that is the bag has been, has been. Neither the president nor the ministers, it agrees with the second subject, that is why ministers is plural, so were. The famous writer and director, that refers to a single person because there is no other adjective. The famous writer and director has arrived. HAS, has. Next one is the principal and her colleagues. And her colleagues both have adjectives. That's why it will be used by were. Gold and silver are valuable metals. Two different metals only. Science is. The new pairs of scissors is. Scissors is often, always negative, singular. That is why is. Read the following sentence. Put a tick against the correct sentence if the verb does not agree with its subject. Provide the correct form of the verb. Most of the milk have gone bad. Right only. The quality of the chocolates are poor. That is wrong because quality is singular, so are must not be used there. Is right. The mangoes are delicious. Correct. 3 packets of milk are still there in a refrigerator. Right. The news is correct. The team has won the hockey match. Right? No? Yes. Everyone was given a souvenir from the camping trip. Was everyone after that, singular only, right. Oil and water dash not mixed together. And these two are different things. That is why plural. Do not mix together. The black and white shirt is new. Right, because that refers to a single shirt. Choose the correct spelling from the brackets given to fill in the blanks. The damage caused by the storm was first unforeseen. First option. Varun won the annual award in the athletics category. Correct spelling is last one. Category. He turned red with embarrassment. First one is right. First one is correct spelling. The shopkeeper offered a dash that the repaired watch would work for a year. Guarantee. Second option. Guarantee. Neetu's family decided to have lunch at Wazir's famous local restaurant. Third option. Restaurant. Third option. Correct spelling is third option. Files was on the horns of a dash. Dilemma. First one. First is right. He could not decide which film to watch. The weather department predicted the dash of heavy rains in the south of country. So third one is right. Occurrence. Occurrence spelling is third one. Okay, children, please do it in the textbook. Now we will study the grammar in detail in grammar section. Okay, children. Thank you.